The CIA has offered all their employees buyouts. When I tell you all their employees, the entire workforce, every single employee.
Hello. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're talking about Trump's federal buyout. Some people have chosen to take the buyout. Some people have chosen to not take the buyout.
All the
Person
federal
number
employees
one.
getting a buyout email, don't do it. He ain't paying up. Look at the history on it. Trust me. Don't do it. Hold it down.
Person number two.
The White House says over 20,000 federal workers accepted the buyout. That's what the White House says. But let's be real, people. My opinion, they had no other choice but to take the buyout. It was either take the buyout or your ass gonna be laid off. Who are you kidding, White House? Y'all know y'all forced some people to take that goddamn buyout. Buyout or you're gonna get your ass laid off. Now which one? So of course the people gonna take the buyout. Of course. Stop it. You can't fool me.
There are
Person number
2.3
three.
million civilian federal employees. If you were worried about the unemployment rate before this administration, you better be worried about the unemployment rate now. I know some folks in the federal government that have been, given this offer of deferred resignation, and they've been told to send emails back that say that they've resigned. What I would just say is that I don't trust. Just don't trust. Talk to your union if you are part of a union. If you aren't part of a union, you might want to talk to a lawyer just to make sure that the ins and outs of this before you actually take any sort of deal. Because when Musk offered the same similar deal to his Twitter employees, many of them didn't get paid. The other thing, if you read the small print, is that it tells you may be reassigned to other duties. I just wouldn't necessarily trust that this is accurate, and it also makes me very nervous because our federal government will only get slower.
Person number four.
In my life, I've been going back and forth for months, and I finally decided to leave my federal job. I worked at the VA for 3 years.
Person number five.
I'm a federal employee working at NASA. Yesterday afternoon, I made the gut-wrenching decision to resign. I've been working at NASA for 3 years remotely. I live in Texas and I report to Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
And I might
Person
have some
number
opinions,
six.
but I don't definitively know, yes, we're going, or when, if we are. As far as the buyout, it's an absolute no. That I can say with surety. It is an absolute no. And it's no for a lot of reasons. And I can just name a few of them. One, there's no guarantee. I don't have any interest in sitting down from now until September to get your imaginary check. That doesn't entice me. And secondly, the fine print. I can't be a federal employee ever again. So what happens when the 4 years is up and you gone? Then what? And I want to join the service again or work for a different government entity or something. Then what? Y'all will have my signature on a paper saying that I agree to never work for the federal government again? I don't think so. No thanks. I can sit here for the entire video and talk about how absurd and ridiculous the buyout offer even is, but I don't even feel like getting into that. I feel like if you have common sense, it's just no. I will say this. I am not shaming people for taking it if you have taken it, because I have seen some videos about people and their specific situations where they have taken the buyout, they've agreed to it and decided to resign, but they were on their way out anyway, so they're not really losing anything. It's like what could it hurt to try and see if it'll actually end up resulting in a check? And also, there are different parts of the government. Some have essential employees, some don't. So for me, I'm essential. If I take it, I still have to work. So that whole, you can take the money and show up or not show up, that would not apply to me. I would still have to show up. And the thought of doing all of this hard work through this busy season and then be done in September and be thrown to the side for potentially nothing, I'm just not interested. Anyway, so moving along. Now,
that will hurt me in so many ways to take that resignation. So I'm not going to do that. And plus, I don't know how much I trust it. I don't know how much I trust that they're going to fulfill their obligations of what they are saying in it. No, that's not for me. I don't know how all of this is going to play out. I keep seeing, like, it's
person number 8. Almost the past 10 years of my life to being a great employee, and people like my friends used to make fun of me. They're like, "Why are you working so hard, Jen? Like, we all get paid the same amount of money." Because I care about it. I care about my job. I care about being a good public servant. I thought that what I did had some sort of meaning, even if, like, I know I'm just a cog in the machine and they don't care about me. I care about them. I care about them.
Person number 9.
So I am one of the many federal employees with a major decision to make by Thursday. And I am just curious to other federal employees that are out there. Have you heard of anybody who is taking the buyout resignation package? Just curious. I have not been in the government for long. I'm not crazy about my job. And so I was just kind of trying to reach a larger group of people than who I work with to find out, like, what are people thinking?
Person number 10.
That the judge paused Trump's buyout for federal workers. He basically was like, he need more information before allowing this to go through. So how this is supposed to end at midnight on tonight, you get past that so they pausing everything. So the deadline is basically not going to matter. So they're going to send out additional emails to update everybody due to the judge passing that they're pausing this. Because if they're going to pay people all the way, as of right now, the judge paused it. So
person number 11.
Just issue a temporary block of the federal government's buyout program. If you're currently participating in this buyout and you were the 20 to 40,000 that said you would participate and resign your position, you should see if there's a way for you to rescind your resignation. But I did see that, and there are many more lawsuits. Many more federal judges. Federal judges will be busy this next 4 years, but we've got to play chess and not checkers.
Person number 12.
If they wanted to, they would have already. Musk and his boys already have control of the Treasury's payment system. So if they really were going to pay you, you'd probably have that check already. And they're literally in control of the system that writes the checks. So if you agreed to resign from your federal job for a buyout of 80%, you should have that check already. That's generally how those things work.
This concludes the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have an amazing day.
Okay, in my pockets, in cash.